Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm diving into the escalating Israel-Hamas conflict and the latest developments that have the world holding its breath. First up, Iran has flatly rejected calls from European leaders to refrain from retaliatory attacks. This comes after the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, which Iran blames squarely on Israel. Iran insists that any response is within its rights, setting the stage for a potential escalation. Meanwhile, the Israeli military continues its airstrikes in Gaza. Sadly, these strikes have resulted in the deaths of numerous Palestinian civilians, including women and children. Israel maintains that it aims to avoid civilian casualties, attributing these deaths to Hamas's presence in residential areas. However, the rising death toll among vulnerable groups has drawn international concern and condemnation. European leaders are urging a de-escalation and a return to peace talks. They've also called for the release of hostages held by Hamas and for the unimpeded delivery of humanitarian aid to Gaza. Yet, with Iran rejecting calls for restraint and Israel determined to continue its offensive, a peaceful resolution seems distant. Now let's talk about the international reactions and diplomatic efforts. International efforts to mediate a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas are underway, with talks expected to resume soon. Qatar is playing a key role, pledging to encourage Hamas's participation in the negotiations, despite the group's initial reluctance. The United States has expressed strong support for Israel, vowing to defend its ally against any Iranian retaliation. On the other side, Russia has voiced concern over the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and has pledged its support to the Palestinian people. Russian President Vladimir Putin even met with Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas, offering further assistance and criticizing the United Nations for its perceived inaction. Turkey has also weighed in, condemning the visit of Israeli officials, including a far-right minister, to the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in Jerusalem. This visit is seen as highly provocative and has further inflamed regional tensions. Turkey is calling on the international community to intervene and halt what it perceives as Israeli aggression. Lastly, let's focus on the developments in Gaza and Jerusalem. The Israeli military continues its offensive in Gaza, conducting airstrikes and ground operations, particularly in Khan Younis, which has been identified as a launching site for rockets targeting Tel Aviv. Despite the ongoing conflict, rocket fire from Gaza has decreased significantly. In Jerusalem, tensions remain high following the visit of Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir to the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. His encouragement of Jewish prayer at the site, considered a violation of the long-standing status quo, has drawn widespread condemnation. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has tried to downplay the incident, but concerns about further escalation persist. The conflict is also impacting Israel's economy, with Fitch Ratings downgrading the country's credit rating. Netanyahu attributes the downgrade to the ongoing conflict, but remains confident in Israel's economic prospects. Nevertheless, this highlights the significant economic consequences of the ongoing conflict. That's all for today. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Stay informed and stay safe.